I think everybody by this point knows the story about Mortal Kombat. It wasn't Mortal Kombat to start out with. And this is probably the greatest story of Midway. Ed Boon and John Tobias. We had, I think, about a 3-month gap in the factory's production line. And they said, we can give you a game. And it was like some ridiculous period of time. It was like 6 months. Give you a game in 6 months to fill the gap. All right, what is it? It's a fighting game.
Karate Champ was a fighting game that I had played in high school. And I loved that game, and I thought, wow, that would lend itself to a sort of this Van Damme, and then there was Steven Seagal. We thought, wow, we have to get one of those guys involved.
Not bad, kid.
And we're going to use Jean-Claude Van Damme's image in this game like we, now have begun doing in our other video games. Okay.
We wanted him to come in to do some videos, to digitize him and things like that, the voiceover and whatever. From what I remember is he just wasn't cooperative.
This was a filler game for us, just something to fill the gap. And, excuse my language, okay? But I said, well, Kenny, tell them to go, okay? Tell these guys, make up their own characters and put their own characters in the game. Make a fighting game with their own characters. Okay, forget about Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I thought that was great. Like, I thought, the freedom to sort of create our own story and our own characters and all those things was appealing. The first character we taped on Mortal Kombat was Johnny Cage.
I remember first showing up to the first day of shooting Mortal Kombat, showing up to film and literally having to spend an hour with John and Ed cleaning up an area for us to film because there was no room for us to film anything.
When we taped the Johnny Cage character, I think we might have worked on the game for at least a month before we taped the second character. I think the idea was we wanted to kind of take our learnings on Johnny Cage and figure out really what it was that we were messing with. If a character threw a kick, they'd want to throw it as fast as they could. And so the problem for us was it would become a blur.
John is like, Bub, can't you float? Try to float. Hold yourself in the air because it's going to come out blurry. I was like, Bub, really?
And that was a learning process. We didn't.
And we go on our review. We go look at the games. And it was early on that when we saw up on the screen, they had fighters fighting fast as hell. And what was a 6-month production time to fill a hole in the factory, we threw that out the window and realized, continue where you're going because this thing is great.